Ever wondered how your life would have turned out if you had taken a different path at certain crossroads? We all have those moments, those turning points, where a decision or event drastically changes our trajectory. Some are positive, elevating us to new heights, while others might seem negative, like stumbling blocks on our path. But here's a thought. What if these turning points, both the good and the not so good, are stepping stones towards personal growth? That's the journey we're about to embark on today. Let me share a little story. Once upon a time, I missed a flight, which at the time felt like a disaster. But as it turns out, it led me to meet a stranger who later became a dear friend, changing my life in ways I couldn't have imagined. So, are you ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and growth? Because I know I am. Think about those moments in your life that brought a smile to your face or gave you a sense of accomplishment. Yes, those are your positive turning points. Now let's dig a little deeper into these moments. They can be as grand as graduating from college or as simple as a kind word from a stranger that lit up your day. These are your personal triumphs, your peaks, your Yahoo moments. Each one of these positive turning points has shaped your life in some way. They may have opened doors to new opportunities or led you down a path you never expected. Maybe they even sparked a passion or a hobby that you now can't imagine your life without. For instance, remember that time you stood up in front of a crowd and delivered a speech for the first time? You were nervous, your palms were sweaty, but you did it anyway. And guess what? You nailed it. That moment, that positive turning point, taught you that you're braver than you think. It showed you that stepping out of your comfort zone can lead to incredible growth. And let me tell you about one of my own positive turning points. I tried to bake a cake for the first time, and it turned out so bad, even my dog wouldn't eat it. But guess what? That disastrous cake led me to discover my passion for cooking and made me realize that failure isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a delicious journey. So folks, baking a bad cake isn't a piece of pie, it's a recipe for success. Take a moment to reflect on your positive turning points. What have they taught you about yourself? What values have emerged from these experiences? Maybe you discovered your resilience, your kindness, your creativity. Maybe you found a passion for art, for music, for helping others. These turning points, these moments of joy, accomplishment, and discovery, they're the building blocks of the person you've become. Now that we've celebrated your victories, let's get ready to face the dragons, the negative turning points. We all have those moments that we wish had never happened, but guess what? They often teach us the most valuable lessons. Let's dive right into those less than stellar times. Those moments you might want to erase from your memory, but that have left an indelible mark on your life. The negative turning points, the heartbreaks, the disappointments, the failures. But let's not look at them with regret or a sense of loss. Instead, let's view them as the profound teachers they truly are. Picture those moments in your mind, those instances when life took a sharp turn down a road you never wanted to travel. Those times when you felt like you were losing yourself or your world was crumbling around you. What did you find in those ruins? Did you discover a strength you never knew you had? Did you find a resilience that surprised even you? When we face adversity, we often discover aspects of ourselves that we weren't aware of before. We find that we're stronger than we thought, more resilient than we imagined, and more capable than we ever believed. We learn to adapt, to overcome, to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. We discover that we have grit, tenacity, and an indomitable spirit. Think about it. How many times have you looked back on a negative turning point and realized that it was a catalyst for change in your life? That it pushed you out of your comfort zone and forced you to grow and evolve in ways you never would have otherwise? That it led you to discover passions, values, or aspects of your personality that you might not have unearthed otherwise? So, as uncomfortable as they may be, these negative turning points are not just stumbling blocks. They are stepping stones to becoming the person you are meant to be. They shape you, mold you, and fortify you. They give you a depth of character, a resilience, and a strength that is uniquely yours. Remember, every cloud has a silver lining, and speaking of silver linings, let's talk about how these turning points can fuel your personal growth. So you've identified your turning points, both the highs and lows, but what's next? How do these moments contribute to your personal growth? Well, let's dive right into it. Turning points, whether positive or negative, are the stepping stones of our personal journey. They are the moments that shake us, shape us, and ultimately lead us to discover the person we are meant to be. They're like the pages in the book of our life, each one adding depth and detail to our story. Now, let's talk about positive turning points. They're like the sunshine after a long, rainy day. They bring joy, happiness, and a sense of achievement. They're the moments when we feel on top of the world, invincible. But it's essential to remember that these moments don't just happen. They're the result of hard work, persistence, and a sprinkle of courage. They're the moments when we dare to step out of our comfort zone, to take a risk, and to chase our dreams. On the flip side, negative turning points might feel like a storm that's tearing everything apart. But storms can be quite enlightening, you know. They reveal what's strong, what's weak, and what needs to change. They force us to take a hard look at ourselves and to reassess our path. And once the storm passes, we come out stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Let me share a personal story here. I remember a time when I felt like I had hit rock bottom. Everything seemed to be falling apart. But instead of letting it break me, I used it as a stepping stone. I learned to embrace the struggle, to find the silver lining, and to use it as a launchpad for growth. And let me tell you, it was one of the most empowering experiences of my life. So don't fear the turning points, embrace them. Each one is a valuable lesson, a chance to evolve, to grow. They're the moments that shape your character, define your values, and ignite your passions. They're the moments that make you, you. Remember, every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity for growth. Now that we've dived deep into the world of turning points, let's see how you can use these insights in your everyday life. Remember, turning points aren't just historical markers, they're also launching pads. They're the moments that propel us forward, sometimes with a gentle nudge and other times with a mighty shove. So how can we harness this energy to fuel our personal growth? First, make it a habit to reflect on your turning points. Like thumbing through an old photo album, each memory holds a story, a lesson, a nugget of wisdom. And just as we learn from history, we can learn from our own personal history. So take a moment each day to revisit a turning point. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? How did it change me? What values or passions emerged from it? Next, use these insights to guide your decisions. If a turning point taught you the value of perseverance, apply that lesson when you face a new challenge. If a turning point sparked a passion for helping others, look for opportunities to serve. Your turning points are like signposts, pointing you towards your true north. Also, remember to celebrate your turning points, both the positive and the negative. They're milestones on your journey of personal growth. So why not throw a little party every now and then? Bake a cake, pop a bottle of champagne, or simply take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. Finally, share your turning points with others. We all have stories to tell, lessons to share, wisdom to impart. By sharing your turning points, you not only help others learn from your experiences, but you also reinforce your own lessons. As you continue on your journey, remember that each turning point, each crossroad, is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become a better version of yourself. So, embrace them, learn from them, and most importantly, grow from them. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today. We've journeyed through the landscape of our lives, pinpointing those positive and negative turning points that have shaped us. We've learned that these moments, whether filled with joy or tinged with sorrow, have all played a critical role in our personal evolution. We've discovered the power in reflection, in understanding how these points of change have altered our life's trajectory. We've delved into the depths of our being, unearthing values and passions that were perhaps unknown to us before. And in doing so, we've realized that these turning points are not merely events of the past, but tools for our future growth. As we part ways today, I encourage you to continue this journey of introspection. Keep exploring your turning points, keep learning from them, and keep using them as your unique compass to navigate the path ahead. Remember, every turning point is a stepping stone on the path of personal growth. So keep moving, keep growing, and keep shining. Until next time, take care.